We are the Soldahls, and we are creating this channel to, one, help us
be accountable.
Yeah.
It's an accountability thing.
Really.
We want to do a lot of really big life steps here in the near future with 2020 and COVID and everything else. We moved in with my parents and super depresso espresso. Oh my goodness. As you can tell, he's the perfectionist in this dynamic when it comes to YouTube video making. So anything that's awesome is going to be his responsibility. Anything that seems really interesting in a questionable kind of way is probably my fault. I'm just going to own that now. So we're creating this YouTube channel for the accountability. We're creating it for just being able to track our progress. Previous to COVID, I had lost 60 pounds, gained all that back and then some. I had my own small business. It's dead now, dead as a doornail. Nolan was in ministry and was doing his own thing, following, a career path from his college degree. That's a season that's over for the moment, and we're looking at what these next steps are, because as much fun as dear old mom and dad's food is, I'm tired of living in their basement cave. So we've got some big life stuff going on, and we want to document it. Yeah.
We've lived in a lot of small spaces up until now. The largest space we've lived in is 700 square feet. Before that was a place of 142.
No, 147.
147 square feet.
Those 5 feet matter, man, when it's that tiny.
Bigger than most people's nicer bathrooms. And
smaller than most people's nicer bathrooms.
So hey. And now we are currently in a small bedroom once again.
Yes. Full circle.
We have a full house to access, but it's
shared.
Yeah.
And we love family, but we're 25 and 26 and it's time.
Right.
So with that in mind, this channel is going to be documenting probably 3 main categories. It's going to be covering physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, just health in general. And we're going to be kind of talking about the struggles that go with there. I have some emotional and mental health problems that have popped up since everything with my business closed down, some serious PTSD with some interesting clients, and just some seriously rough patches that happened there, which have created a lot of depression and have completely killed all the development and growth I had done previous. So I'm basically looking at this as like a hit the reset button, we're starting over. So that's health.
Yeah, and I've got my own set of mental health as well that I've been dealing with, and I actually talked about that in a recent video. Shameless plug for my other channel, which is just my name, Nolan Soldahl. And I don't think we ever actually mentioned Amber's name. So this is Amber.
Hi.
And so living with different mental or just physical health issues for both of us, and trying to figure out how to communicate those with each other and change habits with each other is a whole new ballgame.
Yeah.
So going to definitely talk about health, but the next one is wealth. For wealth, we have goals. We have budgets. We talk about money quite often, specifically between us and other people. We're pretty shameless about what we have to share, but the whole goal with wealth building for us is to be able to get to give.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we are stable enough so that we can support others in ways that they would otherwise not have. So whether it's housing or just making sure that people have groceries, really anything.
And honestly, for me, a bigger goal would be opening up the conversation for others to talk about wealth with their significant others. So growing up for both of us, our parents just bickered back and forth when they were together. They're still together, but wealth and finances and money has always been like the number one stressor in my parents' lives. So when I was looking at finding a life partner and a husband and a wonderful human being to spend my time with, you know, I needed to be able to communicate about finances without it being a all-out, drag-out fight every single time. And fortunately, I've found a partner who's really incredible and amazing about communication. Funny side story. We did some premarital counseling before we got married, and we took a little quiz that the dude had us take, and we got 0% on things in common and 100% on communication. So we may not do much together, we don't have a lot of hobbies together, but growth, development, and talking, we could do that all day long. So welcome to our funky, weird little marriage. But really opening that conversation about wealth and finances is really a big thing for me, because if we're going to be sharing and being super transparent, like, y'all are going to see our budgets and our spreadsheets, welcome. And if we're going to be transparent, we also want to equip you to be equally transparent with your partners, with your people in your life, with the people you care about. Because if you're on the same page, you can grow towards the same goals. But if you're not on the same page, there's going to be a whole lot of fighting and issues and problems that get just develop and don't get resolved. So hopefully that'll be something we can also share.
As she mentioned, transparency is a big value that we have, and using a social media platform to not simply create content that's going to be just another here's what to do with your new Dogecoin money video, and what to invest in, and we're not attempting to create any of those channels, because as much as we've absorbed that content ourselves, we want to produce content that seems more open and more vulnerable about our personal lives than I think I've seen on any social media platform.
Yeah, this is like an all-access pass to the intimacies of our life. There will not be an OnlyFans, but other than that, we'll talk about relational intimacy, we'll talk about marriage. We've been together for about 5 years now, just had our 5th anniversary, and we don't have it perfect. Like, there are bad days, there are good days. There are days where we get those all-out, drag-out. Actually, we don't really get all-out, drag-out fights. We don't really fight much.
No.
We just get disappointed, go sit in a corner, and then eventually talk about it and realize we're fine.
the worst our fights ever get makes the other person cry at some point, and then we have to say we're sorry, kind of like a 5th grader.
Yeah.
So that's really the roughest it's ever been.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty chill people.
Yeah, we don't argue and that we don't yell. We try to reason and use logic.
I logic loudly. I'll own that. I'm the loud one out of the two of us.
Sure, but we don't yell to put each other down or assert dominance.
No. Well, no.
Are you?
I'm having to think about it. We haven't really fought in a while.
Do you assert dominance via vocal tones?
Do you want to have a fight? Because I can't remember.
I don't want to have a fight. Do you want to have a fight? No, I don't want to have a fight. We're going to have a fight. I don't want to have a fight. We're having a fight about this. Oh my goodness. I don't want to fight you.
So anyways, health, wealth, and happiness. So with COVID, with the emotional and mental health issues that have, kind of sprung up, the PTSD I'm dealing with, the depression, the anxiety. Nolan has a history with depression that has kicked his butt, and he's had some secondary PTSD because of my personal experiences and having to be on the other end of that coin. Happiness is the next really big key thing. So this kind of came about from the idea of identifying what is success. And we don't really care about the giant mansion in Beverly Hills. Obviously, when we moved out on our own, we lived in 174 square feet, we lived in a 700 square foot studio apartment. Obviously, doing the whole have the fancy big house thing is not on our to-do list for the immediate future. But we are looking at moving to places that create a sense of freedom for us, places that we can afford to continue to grow, this is all a shameless plug for, we want to move to Puerto Rico possibly. We're going to go visit in August. So after we go visit, who knows what'll happen from there. But we really want to grow together, and we really want to grow in these 3 categories because I'm tired of being unhealthy. Pretty much most of the people in my family are of some sort of unhealthy weight, and I was doing the right thing before my life kind of just...
Yeah, and I've gotten a little physically out of control as well, and so,
He just has annoying genetics.
I carry it okay.
Be salty, people of YouTube. It's fine. I'm salty every time. He's like, oh man, I put on some weight. Yes, okay, but when you put on weight, it's like 15 pounds and evenly distributed.
Sure.
I put on 15 pounds and it's straight to my hips.
Sure, but I am the heaviest I've ever been.
True.
And that's a huge concern.
Yeah.
Especially if we're looking at having kids soon, and we want to be active and healthy with them because kids are very active
and very healthy.
needy. And well, not all kids are very healthy.
Okay, ours will be though. I'm a big stickler for that.
Yeah.
But if I can't walk the walk, then I can't really force that upon a separate individual. I mean, like kids when they're really young don't really have that self-identity just yet in its fullest extent. But yeah, I feel like if I can't walk the walk, I can't talk the talk. So
right.
I'm gonna be getting healthy. He's gonna be getting healthy. So that's health. Wealth. We're basically starting over again because we had built up some things. We had built up a couple of little assets. We did have some family who has contributed via some estate stuff and some end-of-life trust giving. So we are forward moving, but we're basically starting probably from the same place that most of you, if you're running into this and find us super relatable, are. So feel free to hold on to your pants because we're hoping to go from 0 to 60 pretty quick.
Yeah. We're not exactly sure, of course, how we're going to do that, but it's through multiple ways of investing, and of course we're looking at, as we've mentioned, we assume or ingest content ourselves.
And we're happy to post some of the people that we really listen to and really respect down below, because it's YouTube, so
I'd be surprised if you haven't heard of these names.
Yeah. I really like Graham Stephan.
Meet Kevin when he was talking about finance more was very great to listen to.
He's gotten a little political.
Obviously, as he's running for governor. Yeah.
But we're, secretly interested even though we're not in California anymore.
Yeah, I'm super curious to see how a campaign is going to go for a private
YouTuber.
Yeah, a private party YouTuber who claims to be as open as or more open than any politician.
We can have those philosophical musings another time because I think there's a lot of really interesting societal changes that
for sure. And then
if
Andre G, right?
is a recent addition to our list of people we really enjoy, and you'll see that they all do content together occasionally. But he's just, oh my goodness, he's so much fun to watch, and he was a previous magician, and he's great.
So we'll link their channels down below if you haven't been familiar with them before. And we're really excited to just begin the journey.
The main goal is to find happiness, and this is kind of the beginning of that process again, since we were really happy and then life kind of exploded, and maybe we'll talk about that in a future video. I don't know if I'm quite ready for that yet. Just because there's stuff that's still unresolved. But we want to be healthy, we want to be happy, and we want to be financially stable and independent on our own because, I'm tired of living in the basement,
Yep. So, if they wanted to follow our journey, what's something that they could do right now?
Hit that subscribe button. Come on, baby. You've been to YouTube before. Welcome to the journey. We'll put all the handles and everything down below.
Really, the best way to help promote the channel is to comment, and interact with us, ask questions.
Oh, yeah. Especially when we're super tiny, we'll respond to everybody. We got time.
Yeah.
And
so, as she said, subscribe.
Yeah.
That's really going to... So, in our journey up to the next few months, specifically of leading to our trip to Puerto Rico, we're really hoping to create and produce more content and getting ready for that trip, as well as document the heck out of it. I mean, it should be a really interesting journey, especially since neither of us speak Spanish.
Yeah, we're working on that. 3 months is not a lot of time.
Yeah, and that'll probably be a separate video under, happiness.
Happiness, yeah.
Is learning a language, because there's a lot of benefits to learning another language in itself.
It's true. So, yeah, come join the journey. If you have any questions, throw them down below. We're happy to respond. Find us on these handles here for social media.
There we go.
Once we get our own space, we're hoping to kind of continue to grow and follow the journey eventually. I mean, who knows where we'll go? We might move to somewhere. We're going somewhere. Thanks! Love you! I dressed up really cute today, and I think you should take me on a date. I'm just saying, I put makeup on. I work from home. I haven't put makeup on forever.
We can go on a date.
Yes!